Well, guess what? Imaginarium Theater has gotten an update in Genshin 5.0. There's a few different things that's changed about it, and we're gonna see if it's any better. This is gonna be my first impressions of it. We got Pyro, Hydro, and Dendro, and these opening characters this time around. So the notable difference here, which you'll see as soon as we go into performance prep, is that there's a new difficulty mode. They kind of address one of the problems with it, but like in my opinion, not really. Like, I don't fundamentally disagree with them doing some kind of character restriction for this game mode. I think that's an interesting idea for a game mode. The problem is they require you to have a very high amount of characters to even challenge these, right? That the conjunction of needing a bunch of characters and they have to be leveled up. But anyways, they kind of addressed it because now the hard mode used to require 18 characters. Now it requires 16 characters minimum. But notably, I also think they didn't really address the core issue with the fact that you need to level a whack ton of characters because of the fact that they introduces this new higher difficulty. So if you wanted to get the maximum rewards from this, and yes, it's more rewards than it was before, now you need even more characters. Like the goalpost has been moved such that you need even more characters than you did before. Which in my opinion means they made the leveling issue worse. But to fix this, I think they should just remove the level 70 requirement. I think it's fine if they have a total number of character requirement, but remove the level 70 requirement, because the fact of the matter is like Genshin characters don't have to be level 70 before they are functional. I do think it's worth mentioning if it's not obvious. Like, my account is kind of an account that is like in an ideal state, wherein I already level up and play around to some extent or another with a whole bunch of different characters, so, which means theater is kind of already perfect for an account like mine. But many people's accounts will feel, issues being able to challenge this, and will feel like you'll feel like you might be forced to level up characters that you're not actually going to use if you even want to challenge the high difficulty modes. Well, sorry for the negative yaps, whatever. We're going to try to complete the visionary difficulty mode because I have the ability to challenge it. I think I'm going to go change around some of my builds a little bit. If I wanted to be able to use every single one of my characters for this mode, I'm going to have to equip like at least 6 different characters that I think don't have full sets of equipment. Like, I have to give newbie light equipment. Ew. This dude doesn't deserve any artifacts. It just feels like an ever increasing layer of, you gotta farm for eternity, right? Even if you don't actually end up using these characters. It's just like, why though? It's insane. I only have 1 extra character that qualifies for this. Holy crap. 4 out of 4 extra cast members have been buffed. Buffs based on the number of extra members added are obtained. This is an interesting incentive to, level up extra characters to get these buffs. This will make it easier to clear. But anyways, let's actually challenge it because there are fun aspects. And that is notably, we get these new brilliant blessings. So you can see it costs us 60 of the Fantasia flowers. And brilliant blessings are blessings that buff elemental reactions. Blah, blah, blah. After triggering the Vaporize reaction, decrease their Pyro and Hydro res by 25%, and that just means our Pyro and Hydro damage goes up significantly more. This is the other main core change in Theater that should make it, hopefully, a bit more fun, because you can have, very big effects going on maybe. We have a level 2 thing here, so we can choose either Pyro damage or Hydro damage as an effect after we trigger the reaction. Interesting. The problem with choosing either of these is, like, if this is applying Hydro or Pyro to the enemy, one or the other, depending on what team I'm running, can screw with things. These could actually be bad to how a team functions, but they could also be useful. So, I don't know. That makes them interesting to think about. At least I'll choose the Pyro one, I guess. Companion Dendro. Yes, we like getting new characters. Okay. My heart yearns for Kiwawa, but I should choose Alhaitham. That's the better choice. But we're choosing Kiwawa. We do another Vaporize thing. What's level 3? It hence the basic effects of all brilliant blessings. Okie dokie. Sure. It doesn't say what it actually does. Thanks, Mahoyo. Could you tell me what it does next time? Oh, we can see up here there's a counter for our reaction buffs. Bloom buffing, and there's also burning buffing. I kind of wish I saw the burning buff there instead. Oh, interesting. It looks like blessing level 11, our character's HP is increased even more than it said originally. Okay, apparently that levels up as we get more blessings. Bam. My 60k from the cat. I think that little thing was, I assume that was an indicator for the, whatever they're calling it. Yeah, okay, that must be the indicator for the Brilliant Blessing triggering. Easy peasy, that was the literal first one, though. The key question is, of course, do these new buffs, I guess, are these any different? Because these were kind of underwhelming most of the time. These seem to be, no, this is new, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna choose the boring. Get a random character, Nuvilet, you. I didn't even put any artifacts on him, so we'll choose Bennett. What's the visual effect going on for the thing? Oh, it's just like a poop of fire on the ground. I see. I see. And you should be dead soon, sir. How about with the cat? Bam. Nice. Oh, you didn't die. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, burning origin. Obtain the basic burning effect. Characters have 70% increased resistance to burning, and damage dealt from triggering burning reactions increased by 500%. Yes. Level 4 seems to be max level on these. Either we get even more instances of damage, or characters deal 50% more vaporized damage. We'll choose 50% more vaporized damage. No, I don't have any money for burning level 2. Sad. I definitely like these. These are already, I'm feeling, by the way, that these are probably more interesting and relevant to shoes. Because before our problem theater had was like, the buffs were so almost irrelevant that the only thing you really ever chose was the random character selection. And now you have to like play a risk-reward game of choosing the better buffs or choosing more characters. And if you choose too few characters, you might bone your character selection, especially if we're talking like you want to save your better characters. Right now, I only have 6 characters available, right? I gotta be able to get some of these characters eventually. All right, we're gonna absolutely wreck this dude with Mualani. And bam, nice. And bam, nice. All right, now we gotta wait for the next phase. I find it really I still really don't like I have to use Baiju here. I don't need Baiju to beat this thing right now on the early difficulty. I really wish they would let you, I don't know, maybe if it was something like spend Fantasia flowers or whatever to conserve your characters, right? Like instead of being forced to bring Baiju there, maybe I could optionally spend 40 flowers and then only be required to bring 3 characters. Because particularly for these early ones, they're not that difficult. And ideally, I want to save some of my better characters. Maybe like Baiju is wanted to pair with Farina or something at the very final chamber, where I assume it's a much more difficult enemy. More burning buffs. Man, I really want the burning buffs though. But like, I do really need some more characters though. Okay, I'm gonna make the smart decision right now. I gotta get some characters. You.
Want me to come along?
Mystery Cache Rare. What does this do? In the previous version of Theater, Mystery Cache Rares never were worthwhile. We're gonna see if we get anything relevant from them. Okay, that's better. I don't know what this is. Oh wait, this is probably just more, you can get like more blessings or whatever. Interesting. Okay, maybe Mystery Cache Rares are actually useful now. I don't know if they're worth the 40 flowers. We're gonna select this one because presumably this one will get me 40 back. We're gonna try some Vaporize Amber. Alright, come over here, you buttholes. We'll just do this, that, do this, and we'll do this, and this will have to wait a second for it to overwrite, and we should be good. Oh wait, no, oh frick, no, the little like pyro damage buff that we have is putting pyro on them after Siege Queen is triggering Vaporize, and therefore I'm not able to, like, it's oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, where the wave of AoE damage effects can screw with your ability to do things. Like, that makes it a lot harder for me to vaporize consistently with Amber potentially. But my solution is going to be to use Siege Queen's Burst, which, even though Siege Queen doesn't apply much Hydro, she should apply enough to overwrite things. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Frick. That's actually not ideal. I'm spelling. Okay, whatever. Okay, and then it's. Oh, okay. Well, Amber. Amber's still an awkward character to use, but you know what? Oh well. We're just gonna play Mono Pyro Amber, not Vape Amber, I guess. That's what we're gonna do. Otherwise, I'm just never going to be able to do anything. And don't! Freaking god dang it! Oh my god, Amber. Amber is such an awkward character to play. Quite frankly. Hey, 30k damage. Boom. What? Why did that get launched in there? Alright, do with that. You know, one interesting thing I'm noticing is that the buffs are definitely doing a lot of their damage on their own. Like, just triggering some amount of Hydro, you know. Oh, I'm almost out of time. Oh wait, no, it's just a Monolith challenge, never mind. Yeah, the just triggering right vaporizes at all because of the buffs causing their own instance of damage. So even though I wasn't doing that much damage with Amber, we were triggering reactions, and that was all that mattered, and that's cool. I really want to buy more burning damage buffs. The problem I'm having right now is like the flowers I spend on this are only going to be relevant, you know, while I still have these characters available. You can see they all have only like one little tick. It's like I'm buying a buff now that it's only valuable like maybe very, very temporarily. Whereas like buying a character still feels substantially smarter because like, you know, getting Farina might meaningfully change my ability to succeed here. What an awkward thing is like for these burning buffs and like buffing burning damage, you know, if I could reconfigure character builds within theater itself, you know, not beforehand, then I could try to like specifically like do an EM build or whatever that could have got my Baiju to do more damage by doing a bunch of burning damage, especially with the buffs going on, babe.
Get down to business.
So I just kind of felt like I had to, you know, use a strong character there to be able to full clear this harder difficulty one that I purposely chose the harder one because I wanted more flowers. It's a very good thing that there's much more incentive to actually choose the harder ones, and hey, we can get the bloom buff going now. 50% chance to increase the number of dendrocores created by the bloom reaction. Additionally, damage dealt by dendrocores is increased. Okay, the increasing the number of bloom cores is not necessarily that relevant other than in non-ideal situations, but I guess theater kind of creates unideal situations, so that makes sense. That's potentially good. I don't know, it's weird. To finish theater, I have to go do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more chambers, and right now I only have enough for like 3 chambers worth of characters, assuming I use all these characters, right? Like I have to get more characters for sure, and yeah, I get more per thing, but I don't know. The resource management aspect of choosing these more relevant buffs versus characters does make this better, but it still kind of feels like right now it's just the same as it was before, wherein the main priority is getting characters, and then getting any buffs would come after. So I feel like they need to tweak the cost of these buffs. Like hey, now I have Arlecchino. That's a pretty big difference. Whereas like getting a slight burning buff, a slight bloom buff is like, it's fun. It makes them more valuable than they were before. But it doesn't fix the fundamental problem of it's always better to choose characters is my current vibe. So oh, you know what? You know what's an even better idea? Instead of what I said before, where like it'd be something annoying, like you'd have to pay Fantasia flowers. How about if you don't bring a full team? Like I get extra Fantasia flowers for every like empty team slot. I think that'd be a kind of cool thing to like incentivize. just trying to like do something unoptimal, like, you know, having only one character, and that has the side benefit of, you know, saving my characters for the future ones, because that could give you, right, having that option could give you extra Fantasia flowers, particularly in the beginning, that you could build up, since the easier sections you could use your strong characters to wipe through. Like normally theater has a problem where like you don't want to use your Arlecchinos early on, because the early chambers can be gotten through with your much weaker team builds. So you'd rather save your Arlecchino to be able to wipe through the hardest boss at the end. But there could be a fun incentive of like using your Arlecchino early on to wipe through a couple early ones, and then if like you got like 20 extra flowers per like empty team slot, so like fighting this boss would get me a total of like 185 flowers, for example, that could get me extra buffs. Like I don't know, that could be super fun, right? Like there's still things with here that they can work on, I feel like. It just kind of feels bad having to like bring the likes of Nahida to this chamber, right? Where like Nahida could be very valuable, obviously, but I brought her in because I kind of want to keep the other characters I had going on. So, but like obviously my Arlecchino damage here is more than enough to wipe through without needing all these other teammates. Like, it's just unfortunate that I had to use up my Kazuha and my Bennett and a Nahida charge there, even though just Arlecchino on her own, with a little bit of like, you know, it's more dangerous, but hey, more dangerous can be more engaging in many ways. We'll choose the bloom buff now. Why not? Well, that was a hydro damage check if I've ever seen one. we're gonna choose the burning buff though because I want it. See what we get. Wait, we're just fighting one Vishap? Since when have they done one Vishap? I've never fought one Vishap before. They're always together. Isn't that like whole gimmick? I didn't. Okay, I haven't used Nilu in a while. Anyways, yeah, whatever. Mono Hydra Nilu should, yep, wreck this. Wow, yep, that's a lot of blooms. This mostly just feels like normal Nilu, but we do technically. Oh, it has a shield. I see. Oh, that makes things slightly more awkward. Oh, I need to heal. Oh, he's draining my health. Oh, that's a problem. Particularly because I just died and he has a Hydra shield and I have 3 Hydra units left. Okay. Retry. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, wait. No. Ah, frick me. Ah, frick me. Okay. I could bring Emily in here to help my issue a little bit. Oh, wait, he didn't get a shield back. Alright, guy. I have a problem. It's fine. It's fine. I feel like I should just be able to Elon damage my way through, but boy, you know, we have all the buffs going on. No, I didn't get my star. I refuse to not get my star. I know the star literally doesn't matter, but it like for anything, but it matters to my heart, okay? Which, you know, don't betray your heart, okay? It's very important. That was actually kind of pointless right now. I need to on-field Nahida, because I'm doing a triple Hydra Nilu team, which is the most fragile variation of a Nilu team you can do. But, yeah. How much HP does my Nilu have? 89,000. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Wait. I don't have... God dang it, man. Stop pushing me around. You butthole. No, don't do it. We got him. Yeah. Get wrecked. Alright, that was a little bit of a struggle. If I had known that boss was here ahead of time, I could have just, you know, chosen more, you know, Dendro teammates like I'll hate them. More burning. Yes, I will take more burning damage. Can we get level 4 burning? Yes! What does it do? It's just a combustion core damage increase, which is the thing that triggers when you do burning, I guess. Okay, okay, yeah, it's fine. Don't take it, I guess. The benefit of things that are doing instances of their own damage means, like, it doesn't matter, like, what the character's stats are as much. You just have to have them do the reaction, and that can be beneficial to help you clear without having to invest in your characters crazily. This is a little bit of a different style of one where we just had to kill 2 of the big enemies. It's kind of interesting, which means like I like this as a new style of room for sure. This is a good addition to theater because, right? It's not time challenge. It's not defend the monolith. It's, you know, there's a bunch of trash mobs around that are annoying and you gotta potentially avoid because of the problems they cause. But the main goal to clear is just make sure you deal with the dudes with the exclamation point on their head as long as you deal with a certain threshold of them. And after that, you're done, which is why I'm just yapping now. But yeah, I don't know. That's a cool gimmick, right? For a different way to deal with these chambers in theater. Bloom buff. Always create an additional Dendro core. Just how relevant that is going to depend on how good your team is at a baseline of creating bloom cores. The notable thing is, like, creating more Dendro cores is not always beneficial because enemies, when bloom cores are detonated either with Hydro Bloom, Burgeon, or they just explode on their own, enemies can only take 2 instances of bloom damage every 0.5 seconds, which means, like, if this is just resulting in you being able to hit enemies with 3 bloom cores every 0.5 seconds, well, they're not going to take an extra damage from that extra bloom core. So anyways, this will probably be a damage increment on average, but, like, not always. This does extra Dendro application. Might actually make more Dendro cores anyways, depending on what your Hydro application is like. So anyways, it's weird. I like these buffs. They're interesting to think about mechanically, but for most people, they probably won't really think about that much. And we are on to the final enemy. Which is it? Oh, it's the freaking Inquisitor. Oh god, okay. He needs like 5 different elements. All right, he has a Hydro, Pyro, and a Fulmination shield. Fulmination is Electro. I'm gonna do something like this. I think it'll work. I don't remember. Which one is he starting with? I guess I'll wait and find out. Ah, I see. Okay, that's fine. Do this. Ignari. First. Alright, wipe through. Very good. Hydro, or Hydro. We need Hydro. Very nice. Nope, I absorbed that early. Whatever. That's fine. And more Dendro. Yeah, okay, this is mostly an elemental check. This dude is not very tanky. Bam. We don't have spread going anymore because we obviously don't have Electro character. We only had spread before because he put Electro on himself, but there we go. It was not really that much harder, I would say. I definitely ended up having more characters than I needed at the end. Like, I could have probably bought 1 or 2 less things, which is to say, I like the balance is maybe fine, but I felt in the process, right? Like, I wasn't sure that to make teams that are doing things functionally, I still wanted to choose more companion buffings. So I think they should just be more generous with the Fantasia flowers or add in mechanisms like I was talking about that would let us use those things. Ultimately, I don't think they have addressed the core issue. Wow, Nahida took 50,000 damage. Ultimately, I definitely don't think they fixed, you know, the core issue of Theater, forcing you to level up units that you might not actually end up needing to use in the game mode. And now I would say that this particular Theater was like very much just to have many of those chambers where have the right elements to be able to deal with things and then have some amount of damage going on. And now we have methods of doing additional damage with just the blessings, which is cool. I think Theater is better now. Is it a different experience? Definitely not. Wow. And is it worth like leveling a ton of extra characters that you think you actually are not going to use just to get, you know, the extra whatever primo gems, right? Most likely, no. I think your approach to Genshin as far as like when you want to build characters is building characters that you want to build. Like I have gotten to this point in my account just because I played long enough and I've just built characters that I wanted to build for whatever reason. Like the reason I had Amber usable for this it like was just because I had artifacts, because I've had a lot of artifacts that I've gotten over time that I can just at least put two piece combos, and like 4-piece Crimson didn't actually make sense on her in this context, so I just put it on her because I had those spare. Leveled up Amber just because I wanted to have fun with Amber in the past because I like wanted to do silly C2 Amber things, right? That's the point I'm at in Genshin, and this is why I have so many characters leveled up, because I just like being able to mess around with different characters. If you don't enjoy leveling a bunch of different characters and messing around with different characters, like I don't think Theater does a very good job at incentivizing you to do that, because it just feels like they force you to do that, and then you can use those characters in the mode, but it's not like you can, like, you know, DPS Kirara to her fullest extent in Imaginarium Theater, because you can't control the team you're playing around her better. Like you get more enjoyment getting consistent, really fun, big damage out of Kirara if you just play Spiral Abyss, or just, you know, fight the local legends, or whatever other things you do in the combat. I feel like Theater could be so much more successful and be a more fun game mode if it didn't force leveling up a bunch of characters, right? And making it feel like, oh, you just put a bunch of resources into something you're never gonna use, all because you wanted like 2 more Primo Gems. Instead of it was just, oh, you can use any of these characters, and, you know, just their ability to, you know, use Amber's burst at level 20 and trigger a bunch of Vaporizes in a very short time frame, because her burst is actually pretty useful for triggering a bunch of reactions really quickly. And if you have a, you know, blessing like the Vaporize blessing that was going on, where you can have a separate instance of damage that isn't using, you know, Amber's stats to calculate the damage, you know, a level 20 Amber can be more than usable in Theater, right? And that's the problem, is like before, the Theater was balanced in a way where like it didn't really feel like it was necessary to have fully leveled characters to clear it. And that feels even more that way now, even with the higher difficulty mode that it wants even more characters. Theater can still be fun if you embrace the jank, in my opinion. Like, I didn't dislike playing through that. That was kind of fun. But is this a game mode that I think makes sense to, like, set your sights on as far as, like, a long-term goal for your account? No. I think this is just something you do naturally as time goes on, because of the fact that you're leveling up a bunch of characters anyways, right? It might be an incentive to not, you know, hyper invest and get C82 Mualani just because you like her a lot, and instead get different characters that might make her better because they'd also be better for like using in theater, yada yada, right? Like I do think it's a good thing that this is a game mode that incentivizes people to get more characters, level more characters at a baseline rather than hyper investing, but it still does feel kind of fundamentally flawed in a couple ways. But hey, you know what? It's an improvement. I hope MiHoYo still continues to improve it because it's definitely not perfect. I think it's solidly an enjoyable addition to the game at this point for a certain subset of players. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the new theater, if it meaningfully changed something for you. I only went through this mode once, of course, and you know, maybe it is much more fun on replays now because of the different buffs going on. I am curious to hear your thoughts, so you know, let me know, and I don't know, subscribe or whatever if you want to see more